Wait a minute. So you're telling me that President Joe Biden actually did have a medical scare in July and the dispatch audio has now been released? Oh, man. Is this real or no? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Listen, guys, this is some very interesting stuff, and I had to bring this up because I am quite curious. Allegedly, they're saying Biden had some sort of medical emergency that had him, had Las Vegas in a scramble to make sure that they cleared the streets, etc., so that he can get a direct, straight line to a hospital. Now there's dispatch audio saying that Biden did have some sort of medical scare in Las Vegas. Now, of course, I leave that up to you. Is it true? Is it not? Is this fake audio? Is it real audio? We're going to be listening to that very, very shortly. But again, articles out here have been saying for months, guys, for a long time, right? A lot of articles from the left or from the right, I'm sorry, have been saying things along the lines of, oh, he's been having medical scares for a while now. And of course, we hear from the White House basically denying that over and over and over again. And again, I ask you guys, what is true? What is not, right? Do you believe the audio? Do you not? And we're going to be listening to that dispatch here in just a minute. But I do want to share this with you guys, okay? And this is from the Daily Mail or the Daily Beast. And let's be real. The cops scrambling to secure a hospital for Biden's health scare is very interesting. And it does make you wonder, did he really have a health scare? Let's not forget, this is around the same time he was diagnosed with the Rona. Let's not forget that too. So right around this same time, he was sick. And then days later, he bowed out of the presidential election race. So again, very interesting stuff. And I will say this too. There were conversations of, I guess, family members speaking out, talking about his health and all that, kind of alluding to something very dismal and very, very dark and bad.
CBS News had a brief conversation with Frank Biden, one of President Biden's two younger brothers. And here's what he told us. He said, "I'm incredibly proud of my brother. Selfishly, I will have him back to enjoy whatever time we have left." We asked him whether he feels that his brother's overall health and vitality played a major role in this decision. And he says, in my humble opinion, absolutely.
There was a lot of things that were going on here that gave off the vibe that Biden was not healthy, right? And this is, like I said, something that people have been talking about for a while now. But let's get into this article and take a look at this really quick, okay? Cops scrambled to secure hospital for Biden health scare. A series of July 17th radio transmissions obtained by the Daily Beast, the article I'm reading here, captures officers mobilizing to secure the president before his trip to Las Vegas came to an abrupt end. Now, this is crazy, guys, okay? So he's out there in Vegas doing what he do. He's about to go there and speak, okay, at a particular event, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose, and then suddenly there's a medical issue, right? So officers from the LVMPD rushed to clear roads and secure the perimeter of a hospital that had been placed on standby to treat President Joe Biden for a medical issue last month, according to radio transmission recordings. All right. It remains unclear what exactly the undisclosed medical issue was, though the White House announced later that day he had been diagnosed with the Rona. All right. Says, meet at the Valley Hospital ER parking lot. We're going to meet behind the ER entrances where the ambulances go. This is what an officer says in one of the transmissions, which we're going to be hearing here shortly, which were sent to this article to this news article here, the Daily Beast, in response to a public records request to the LVMPD, okay, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Radio transmissions were broadcast on July 17th, the exact same day he was diagnosed with that Rona as well, okay? After the president abruptly canceled a speaking engagement on a campaign trip in Las Vegas, where he was set to address Hispanic voters at a particular event, Unidos, hopefully I'm saying that right, Unidos US event, okay? So at 2:15 p.m. local time the same day, the University Medical Center, UMC Hospital, was alerted of an unspecified medical emergency involving Biden, which was first reported by this KSNV Las Vegas, this news station. While details about the emergency were scant, the LVMPD quickly mobilized outside the hospital, securing a perimeter around the facility. Crazy stuff, guys, right? So, even this says here in one of the radio transmissions shared with the Daily Beast, a police officer warns we got to take this one slow because we don't want to have a lot of resources. Because we don't have a lot of resources to make it work. Because, of course, they're scrambling all this together at the last minute. But here's something that's interesting, too. Biden was never admitted to the hospital, however. Instead, the president was taken directly to the airport where he boarded Air Force One and departed Las Vegas for his home state, Delaware. I think that's very, very interesting and very telling, don't you think? Now, of course, we all got questions. We're all wondering what's going on because let's be real. Like I said, you hear a lot from the right saying that this is actually true. You're hearing from the left that it's not true. You're hearing from the White House saying that this is all BS and it's all fake news. But I ask you guys what you guys think and what is the truth in your personal opinion. But let's take a listen to this audio. I think this is very interesting. And again, for the longest time, they've been trying to pin something, with his health, connecting his health to an emergency and all that stuff for the longest time. But this right here, guys, this audio right here is very, very telling. Let's take a listen to this.
So 461 at C break. Everyone who is able to Valley Hospital ER.
Kind of cut out 678. So you said 461 at UMC, and what was the other part?
Go head straight to UMC. Meet at the Valley Hospital ER parking lot.
678 acknowledged.
So for officers coming to Valley, we're going to meet behind the ER entrance where the ambulances go. There's a little cul-de-sac back there. You'll see me.
MacTac alert. The Bolden area command break. He's in the box squad. Let's give a MacTac alert for the Bolden area command in the box squad.
678. I copy that. Again, any available units, come down here to Valley Hospital right now.
Copy. There's about 4 units coming to you right now.
I need more.
Copy that.
678-759. Most of my guys are plain clothes. Can you use this or no?
As long as they are fully decked out in readily identifiable police gear.
All right, copy that.
I mean, right now, you're hearing this right now. And clearly, they're like, we will take any officer we can get. This is a last minute, out of nowhere emergency. They would not do this if they had detail locked up and ready to be a part of whatever they needed to have. There clearly was some serious emergency that was going on. You're telling me that he just had the sniffles a little bit? Really? Just had the little sniffles, and that's why they need some security detail? Something tells me that, yeah, something happened. Something bad happened. He had some sort of complication here. This is crazy, guys. Okay? If this is real, this is crazy.
Okay, I know you got some Southeast units coming over, plus you're in the box squad. I need to get all the major intersections with lights shut down from Desert Inn all the way to Russell. So if units could just start calling out what intersections are going to, I think that's going to be yours. Let's start with the big ones. Units helping us out with this fraggle on the POTUS movement. If you can monitor Event 8 channel is where movement will occur.
We got to take this one slow because we don't have a lot of resources to make it work. 685, I copy. We are rolling. On you, sir.
Wow.
Okay, everybody. Just keep in mind, safety, safety, safety. If it doesn't look good, don't do it. Call it out so we can slow things down more. But we got to make sure we keep this safe. So be careful as you hit these intersections. Let's make sure we do this safely. No one gets hurt.
I'm glad somebody said something like that, because let's be real. This is an emergency. Clearly, this is an emergency. But at the same time, like, man, you got people still driving and doing their thing. If this is so abrupt, you got to make sure that everything's done. Safety first all day long. You don't want to have a casualty just, on the way to getting to the hospital, right?
Downtown's asking, do we know if the Secret Service has drones flying over the stratosphere right now?
Wow.
I don't think so.
Copy.
I mean, that's a dead giveaway. Is Secret Service flying drones? Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, clearly, the Secret Service is not being looked at in a great way right now. Okay, so I'm also wondering, does the hospital have slopey roofs? Because I'm sure drones aren't being flown right now. I mean, sorry, not sorry, right? But I am wondering, does the hospital have slopey roofs? Because if they do, they're probably scared of those slopey roofs right now.
Where's that drone at?
It's stratosphere. It's flying 2,500 feet.
Wow.
Control 644, all my units at the airport, be advised. The motorcade is at Air Force One.
There it
Just
is.
hold your road closure until I tell you otherwise.
Control 302, I just want to let everybody know, great work out there. We put that together ad hoc. Appreciate all the resources coming over. You guys did a fantastic job that looked like we had planned it for weeks. So great job, everybody. If I can just ask everybody to please just stand by until we get the plane off the ground, and then we can go ahead and secure those units.
Control 644, all my airport units, be advised. Motorcade is leaving Air Force One. I'll advise you when they start taxiing.
Crazy, guys. Listen, this is some crazy stuff, okay? There was a huge emergency. Clearly, there was an emergency here. There was clearly an emergency going on here. This is not just because he had little sniffles and a few cough, cough, sniff, sniffs. Now, of course, yes, it's easy for anyone, if they had time, to fabricate this and put this together to make it sound like something that it's not. Let's just do the timeline. They were rushing him to the hospital. Then they decided not to. They flew him out to Delaware, which I think is very interesting. Then during that time, this is the time where he gets contracted the Rona. Then on top of that, this is around the same time he says, I'm out. We're going to bring in somebody else to finish out the presidential election race. That seems a bit interesting, don't you think? If it was just the Rona, it was just a few sniffles and a cough, this would be a different story, guys. There would be no turnout the way it was. Something, if this is 110% real, something happened on July 17th that changed the trajectory of everything. Real talk. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is very telling to me. Okay? Let's be real. Law enforcement wouldn't just go out of their way to, block off intersections and all that stuff straight to a hospital if President Joe Biden was not in dire straits. So I'm curious what actually happened here. What happened to President Joe Biden on July 17th? Was it just a minor hiccup, or was it something that serious? I'm quite curious about that. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. And let's not forget to crush that subscribe button. And of course, if you're watching on other platforms, make sure you hit that follow button over there as well. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family on both platforms, on all platforms. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.